Welcome everybody to Forza Horizon 4, and today we're taking a look at the 2014 Ford FPV Limited Edition Pursuit Ute. Now this is part of the FG series of the Falcon, which was the 7th and last generation of the Australian made model, which is a bit of a shame because these Falcons have been a part of Australian car culture for a very long time, and it's a great shame that no more of them are being made. It's basically the Ford Mondeo that is the basis for Australian Fords nowadays, but yeah, this is only one of 120 that were ever made, which makes this one of the rarest Falcon based vehicles, especially in terms of modern Falcons. And yeah, this is in a lot of ways a workhorse because it has a humongous rear pickup end, so yeah, you can put all of your work gear in there and away you go, which is certainly a lot different to what a workhorse over in the UK is like, which is usually a transit van with a diesel engine, which isn't particularly sporty. But this over here in Australia has something remarkably different than a diesel engine with not much in the way of power. This has a 5 litre supercharged V8 engine producing 422 horsepower and 402 pounds-feet of torque, which is quite a lot if I say so myself, with also rear-wheel drive and a 6-speed manual gearbox as well, meaning this is a pretty potent workhorse kind of vehicle, to be honest. Now granted, it's not the lightest of things, it weighs 3,946 pounds, but you know, it's still got plenty of power on the way, on the go, despite that additional weight. And on the whole, it looks really rather nice as well. The interior is pretty good. You've got nice seats. You've got all of the equipment that you could ask for from a vehicle of this period. You've even got an engine start button, which is not much to ask for, to be honest. And yeah, you can see the little badge there called Pursuit, which has the number out of 120, which, yeah, like I said, makes it extremely rare. But yeah, nice interior, especially for a workhorse vehicle. Really nice seats, and yeah, I like the decals on the side. I like the chromed bars behind the windscreen, and you got double exhausts as well. So yeah, very sporty looking vehicle, but at the end of the day, it's one that can be used, you know, for your business or for carrying heavy loads. So yeah, nonetheless, let's get out onto the open road and see what this car can do. Now, FPV stands for Ford Performance Vehicles, and this certainly has plenty in the way of performance. It's got, yeah, stupid amount of power for a car that is meant for you know, work basis, and yeah, revs just over 6,000 RPM, so it's not the highest revving of V8s ever, but you know, it's still plenty for a vehicle of this type, especially one that has very little in the way of weight going over the rear end. So yeah, any more would really be quite stupid in a vehicle of this type, although Holden themselves have done even more powerful versions of a Ute before. But as far as Ford Utes go, this is pretty much as powerful as you're going to get, especially on a Forza game. But nonetheless, I'll let you listen to the engine for a little bit, and then we'll talk about it some more. See, ignore that, I got distracted, but I'll let you listen to the engine regardless. So yeah, the supercharger isn't all that prominent on this car, so I do figure that it's quite a low pressure supercharger, which is fine. It at least means that, you know, you don't have to have the largest of engines or the most you know, high revving of engines to get more than 400 horsepower out of it. And at the end of the day, it does provide it with more than 400 pounds-feet of torque, which is, you know, what you really need in a vehicle of this type, to have all the torque that you can get. It's not my favourite version of this car though. I do really rather prefer the GTF 351, which is basically the saloon version of this. A little bit heavier, but you've got about 50 extra horsepower and about 18 extra pounds-feet of torque. So yeah, kind of more than makes up for it, and because it doesn't have the lightweight rear end, it does actually brake and handle better. But I still really rather like this as far as utes go, and quite frankly we don't have enough of these kind of vehicles on this game, so I'm more than pleased to have it in this game and hopefully future Forza games, because it is yeah, really rather unique, and yeah, you certainly don't see these in many other places in the world. And yeah, performance wise it's still really rather good. 0 to 60 in 5 seconds dead, 0 to 100 in 11.016 seconds, and it going to a top speed of 176 miles an hour, which is, yeah, certainly far better than any other, you know, workhorse or commercial vehicle that you'd expect to see elsewhere in the world. So yeah, really good performance, and yeah, looks great at the same time, especially with those decals and those chrome bars on the rear there. And yeah, sounds good, and yeah, it's fun to drive as well. So yeah, really do like this car, but it is a shame again that, you know, these kind of vehicles are pretty much dead and gone, which, you know, is a great shame, but that's just the way things are these days. Things are moving faster than you can blink an eye at, really. So yeah, which is a bit of a shame. But if you have never tried this car out before, then do give it a shot. It is well worth it. Although if you do like this, then I do recommend trying out that GTF 351, because yeah, that is even better in my eyes, as especially since I do love a sporty saloon. But nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.